What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. This is one that's been on the list forever that I've been skipping over. Not intentionally. Guys, my list is like hundreds and hundreds of recommendations long. So every day I kind of just randomly go through and pick some videos. And I started noticing that I'm missing out on a lot of the older comments, but also just some variety. So I've been trying to be a little bit more deliberate in the videos I pick, the recommendations I pick, just to get a little bit more variety. I'm not just a one-on-one channel. I'm not just a not a niche basketball channel. We talk about all types of basketball here. So this one is the gap theory from the film room. And I clicked on the page and there's like 3 or 4 videos that have the gap theory in the title. So we're going to give it a watch. It says learn the gap theory in 4 minutes, but it's a 9-minute video. So clickbait much?
Hey guys, welcome to the film room. A lot of you have heard me talk about the gap theory, and I'm going to show it to you in real time. And it's all about getting the best shots in basketball, which statistically are layups and dunks and high percentage threes. And
this is not what I thought the gap theory was. Okay.
the way the gap theory produces these results are through 4 things. The foundation is having great spacing, but the 3 things you're trying to do are create mismatches, make 2 people guard 1, and win closeouts. So I'm going to take this theory and show it to you in real time, just going possession by possession in this great early season.
Let me see. I agree with all those. Let's see. This could be interesting. I thought the gap theory would be talking about attacking double gaps and single gaps. That's why I've skipped this for so long. I'm like, I don't think anyone wants to learn about attacking the gaps. Okay, this is good. Create spacing, great spacing, create mismatches, make 2 guard 1, win closeouts. Yeah, I think all this is fine. One thing I was thinking about though that we don't talk about enough, I do think there's 2 different ways to create those advantages and mismatches, and sometimes if you have the best player on the court, sometimes that's enough. Like, you don't need to run intricate offenses, and I think that's where America kind of dominates. Is we'll have like the best. If you have Kevin Durant on your team, you don't have to run great offense. Just give it to Kevin Durant. Now the defense is like, oh shoot, we've got to react. Your whole offense can start just from that. Give it to Jokic. Give the ball to Jokic, and then everything can start from there. So that's one way, and that's what America is best at. But then I think the other parts, which is great spacing, make 2 guard 1, I think those other things, the great spacing, all that other stuff is what everywhere else in the world does better than America. So
matchup. I believe if you can understand these 4 concepts, it will change the way you look at basketball. So let's get into it. In this opening possession for Duke, they try and get a lob for Mark Mitchell off the back screen and it's not open. So they're gonna go right into their motion offense, which is ball screen continuity. The reason why they do this is because when you set a ball screen, there's a great opportunity for you to make 2 people guard 1.
This is almost every single, back in the day, it used to be 5-out motion or 4-out 1-in motion is what it was called. But typically it was just pass and screen away. You either pass and screen away or you pass and cut. Those are like the 2 options. The thing that's changed the most recently is the ball screen. So now the 4-man, so the one that's in is now, it now rotates between a 5-out and a 4-out 1-in as the play is going on. It just rotates, kind of amorphous, goes back and forth. Obviously there's way more context and way more options out of that, but that's basically like the typical motion you see. So exactly what he's talking about with just getting the ball screen, he'll probably roll and stay in the dunker spot for a bit, so that's where it's 4-out 1-in. But then when they lifts up to play this top of the key area or the trail spot, that's when it's 5-out. So
of our principles. So as soon as Diallo hedges, there's 2 people on the ball, which means this defender has to guard the roll and the shake, and because they have great spacing, Mark Mitchell is open on this pass. Now he has to win this closeout, and the way that you do that is by either hitting this shot while he's still closing out, or if he's too aggressive, you drive past him, and then you'll force 2 people to guard.
And this is the dominoes that Alex Rama talks about. This is neutral and advantage, as I talk about over on my main channel. We probably should have watched this way earlier on. My bad for skipping this one, because this explains a bunch of things as well that I could just reference without having to go make my own video.
One again. So if all that made sense, you're going to be shocked at how repetitive this game is, even at the highest level. And if that was overwhelming, just stick with me. So now Arizona is going to set a ball screen. They're looking to make two people guard one as he comes off, but right now there's bad spacing by Caleb Love, and he needs to cut through and get out of there. Now, as the ball handler comes off the screen, the post defender is forced to emergency switch because the on-ball defender got hit with that screen, and that creates a mismatch. And because Larson is quicker than Flip, it turns into an easy layup. So before we go to the next possession, here's a quick word from the sponsor of this video.
Nice.
Coach.
Go check out. Oh, they do their own boards and logos. Hoops King. Go check them out. Yeah, this is really good. It's funny that this channel. Let me see. This channel has 59,000 subscribers, and already he's like, you're just going to see this almost every play. This is what it is. It's very simple, and it's exactly right. For whatever reason, and my channel is kind of similar. I try to harp on the fundamentals and try not to get clickbaity and just try to fall into the funnel of just chasing views. This video probably, how many views does this video have? Oh, this video is actually done well, 174,000, but how many years? And a year ago. That's pretty good. That's really good for a fundamental video. But the thing is, like, how does he only have 59,000 subscribers? But some of those channels out there that are teaching like the most nonsense, and it's not going to make you better at basketball. They've got like millions of subscribers. It's insane.
All four principles, let's see how they continue to happen in every possession. Flip goes to set this ball screen, knowing that they want a hard hedge and we can make two people guard one. So Flip is going to slip this ball screen to try and create an advantage for the guard to get downhill, and the purpose of this drive is to make one of these defenders help, and then you have two people guarding one.
One of my friends, so when the situation would happen, a lot of basketball players will say, well, how do you know which one to do? And it's usually the coach will have either a saying, or like like every individual player will know like what they should do in each scenario as they practice throughout the season. But one of my friends had a saying, and he would say like, one-on-one, get it done. So if you've got just one player on you, it's like, go score. But once the help comes over, that's when you start looking to make the next play. But yeah, one-on-one, get it done. Like, because people, we analyze too much, like, is there two guys guarding me, or is there three? No, one-on-one, just go get it done until he really steps up, and then your decision becomes pretty obvious.
Because Caleb Love does such a nice job of cutting him off, nobody helps, no advantage is created. But on this shot fake, Diallo comes over to try and block it. Now there's
there's like 7 or 8. There's like 8 NBA players on this court right now. Crazy.
People guarding one, and Flip has maintained great spacing, and you get a rhythm kick out three. And what you're gonna find is on every possession, this is the goal, trying to create an advantage through using these three principles. On this possession, nothing really happens. Diallo runs into Flip, and they call him for an offensive foul. So on this Duke possession, you get to see a little bit of a chess match. Because Arizona is hard hedging, they're gonna run this back screen so that the big has to help, and that's gonna make him slightly.
And when we broke down our FIBA stuff, and this is why when people say, like, again, we watched it with the T-Mac breakdown, and everyone will say like basketball was better back in the day. It was more fun for me to watch. Okay, I'm with you old heads. I'm with you guys. I preferred basketball back in the day. It was more fun to watch. Whereas now it's kind of formulaic, especially in the NBA. EuroLeague is still fun. College is still fun. Really, it's an NBA problem. But look, this shows you just how much, like, because they're hard showing, it's like, oh, we need off-ball screen so that the big has to drop back and help for a second. Then we'll go into this ball screen so that the big is trailing or the big is chasing. And we talked about that, like arriving on the screen, like connected. Well, how do we make the other team arrive on the screen not connected? So it's like there's so much ball movement and player movement that goes on nowadays that we're spoiled because we just watch the easy part of it. We just watch the final pick and roll. This is kind of the issue I have with awful coaching is like the amount of times he breaks down a play, and it's really just the last action he'll break down, but not breaking down why the defense is out of position. Like that stuff is more important. So I think a lot of people that grew up watching basketball, like when I did, we look at basketball now and we think there's something missing, but it's like, no, there's actually there's more going on. So there's more that you're missing that makes you think like it's boring. So I think if you can find the value in all these other things, you'll start appreciating the beauty of basketball again.
Late as he tries to get into this hard hedge on the ball screen. So
because that wasn't even great. right? It was the right play to make, but these guys still aren't pros. If you go watch EuroLeague, it'll be like a sprint into that screen, so you can see the next level of it. It's awesome. And that's what I wish the NBA would go to more.
Back screen allows Roach to turn the corner on this hard hedge and make a play downhill. Now you'll see the exact same situation again. 2 on the ball, and they're reading this tag man with the roll and the shake. So when Roach throws it to the shake, you have...
So he calls this the shake or the shape? Because I thought he was saying he's shaping up. I just say lift. But he's calling it shape or shake. It sounded like he said shake.
The same situation that we had on the other side of the court. The first time Mark shot this and missed it, so now he's going to try and drive.
And this just goes into our one-on-one principles, right? So we talk about attacking the closeout, but now he just full speed left, 2 feet in the key, gets to the decision box, playing off of one.
As he gets to paint, he makes 2 people guard 1, so he can either kick it out to the 3 or he can try and shoot it, and he ends up missing it. But on this loose ball...
So that's where typically we'd say you want to play off of 2 feet, right? So again, you can see how all these things break down, and basketball is really, really basic and really, really simple. So this is awesome. This is awesome.
To the 3, or he can try and shoot it, and he ends up missing it.
We'll skip ahead. If you want to watch the rest of it, I'd urge you, please, I'll put the video in the description as I always do. But let's get to another section.
Because they never gained an advantage, they're going to have to find a way to do it some other way, and you guessed it, here comes a ball screen. Now you're going to see the same hard hedge, but the difference is this defender goes underneath, which makes it hard to throw it to the roll man. So he swings it to the wing.
And this is what I talk about. This is where America dominates, is like, okay, when things aren't working out, we just need someone to make a play. This is where you see those tough shots, right? Because they haven't created a gap. They haven't created like a 2-on-1 scenario. So if Jared McCain right now goes to work, ISO, cross, tween, has he step back, everyone's looking at him, right? All the defenders are in help. All the defenders are looking. So likely he's going to have to take a 3 or a long 2. There are some guys, Kyrie's and, some guys that are generational, can just go, you know what, Michael Beasley was this in college, Kevin Durant was this in college. Like, you're going to have Anthony Davis, you're going to have those guys. It's like, hey, just give me the ball. Cooper Flagg was this for Duke last year. Like, if nothing happens, you can just throw it to Cooper Flagg and he'll drive in, and now he'll create that gap for you by himself. So you still ideally want to use your team strategy to create those gaps, because it gives you better opportunities to score. But if you can't do that, then you should rely on your star player. But what we do too much is probably rely on our star players too much, and we don't have this aspect to our game.
Now you have to win a closeout. Because Caleb Love pressured so much, he drives middle, and then he forces 2 to guard 1 with this stunt, and they need to create great spacing so that they could skip it 1 more to Roach, because he's wide open in this slot for a 3.
So when people now wonder, like, wait, how did Jared McCain, he's little, like, why did he make it to the NBA? He wasn't dominating like Cooper Flagg. But then you see that, right? The ability to drive, create a 2-on-1 without a ball screen. Like, not everyone can do that stuff.
Because they ended up settling for a tough mid-range, Arizona pushes it back in transition, and here's what I want you to see about their spacing. They've got good transition spacing. I'd love to see these wings get to the corner, but because of this bad transition defense by Duke, everybody gets caught right here, and that's how quickly an advantage can be created. So now Larson needs to win this closeout by either shooting the 3 or driving this bad closeout. Hopefully you're starting to see that winning those closeouts is everything. Now in transition.
So I did a video on, this actually goes perfect with the video I did a year and a half ago, something like that. And this came out around the same time, so it's pretty awesome. But I just talked about the most important skill in basketball is being able to shoot. And in that video, it was being able to attack closeouts, basically. And now you're seeing with this video, it's like literally every time down the court, there's like closeout. So now, hopefully you can understand why I hate the training industry, the online coaching industry so much. This game, and I show this all the time, go watch a college basketball game, a high-level college basketball game. These guys are freak athletes. These guys, they can handle the ball, they can shoot the ball, they can do all the cool one-on-one stuff. But when you actually watch them play against another good college basketball team, it's just fundamental. It's just like they're taking their angles up the court, they're full court pressuring. Everything is just the fundamental, like it's just a fundamental way to play basketball. Then they get to the NBA and it kind of changes again. But like, why is high school, the ideal way to play high school is like similar to how college plays, but FIBA is like this, like WNBA is like this. Every league in the world, it's about creating closeouts and attacking closeouts. But why do we spend so much time with like the ball in our hand and all these ISO moves and all the other peripheral skills that like aren't going to be the main ones that are going to get you on the court? It's so frustrating to me.
What do you think?
So it's really refreshing seeing a video like this.
Gonna do? They're coming back for
great suggestion, by the way.
for another drag ball screen. Here's the only problem. They get 2 to guard 1 and Flip is wide open, but because of this bad spacing as he's going to shallow cut through, it takes away this wide open opportunity to hit the big. So now they're back to square one, trying to find an advantage somewhere, and the ball ends up getting thrown into Mark Mitchell. He feels like he has a matchup in the post that he likes. He goes straight to the rim and gets to the free throw line. These 4 principles show.
So yeah, it's really good. You can see like within the team concept where we're trying to be successful, and then if it breaks down at any time, do you have a guy that can go create a mismatch? So that one, do you have a guy that can just go into the post and take on his mismatch and score one-on-one? It's like that stuff comes after. This was awesome. This was excellent. Thank you for sending this through. I won't ramble on too much. All my videos are typically too long anyways. So I'll definitely check out more from this channel. Go check out the Film Room. I've been meaning, a few of you have just asked me to review their channel anyways. This is gold. It's just this one video. So definitely will check out more videos. Thank you for sending it through. Yeah, really appreciate it.